Okay, see the first problem in the empirical molecular formula worksheet second. Okay, see the first one. The empirical formula of a compound is CH2O, and the information is given 0.0835 moles of that compound contains 1 gram of hydrogen only. Means here information given only about the hydrogen. With the help of that only we have to find the molecular weight. So first we calculate the how much weight of the hydrogen in 1 mole of the compound. So it is given that 0.0835 moles. Moles contain how much hydrogen? Just only 1 gram of hydrogen. But we have to calculate everything for 1 mole. So therefore 1 mole of compound, 1 mole of compound contain how much hydrogen? So there is a 0.0835. So here on this calculation we will get 12 grams. So here, so 12 grams, 1 mole of compound, 1 mole of compound having how much hydrogen? 12 grams of hydrogen. 12 grams of hydrogen means how many carbons? So obviously 12 carbons. 12 carbons means, so in the options, so therefore we can say, so therefore we can write the compound contain 12 hydrogens. In the given option, there is only one option is there which is 12 carbons, that is a glucose, CH12O is glucose, or it may be fructose. So the compound may be glucose or fructose, both are having the same molecular formula. Okay. Okay, see the fifth problem. Actually, the second, third, fourth are the second problem, third, fourth are very easy. Like see the compound, the fifth one, a compound contains 3.6 grams of carbon and 1.2 grams of hydrogen. So empirical form of the compound. Here the total weight of the compound is not given. So we can't find out their percentages. So we have to convert them into number of moles. Okay. Then compare that with the given options. So what is the carbon is given? So weight. This what is the molecular weight? So that is 0.36. Given 3.66 grams. Okay. Next, what about the hydrogen is given 1.2 grams. That is 1. That is exactly, sorry. So 1.2. Fifth problem in that worksheet. So a compound having 3.6 grams of carbon and 1.2 grams of hydrogen. We have to find the empirical formula of the compound. There is no total weight is given. Even there is no molecular formula is given. We are unable to calculate the percentages. Just converting into the number of moles, we are able to write the empirical formula. Okay, at least with the help of comparing the number of moles, we can write the empirical formula. But this information is not sufficient to know the molecular formula. Okay, so the question is also have to calculate this empirical formula. So the carbon is how much? This is 3.6 by 12, so there is a 0.3 moles. Next, what about the hydrogen? Weight by its molecular weight. So carbon, this we can take only 12. For hydrogen, it's 1.2. So what is the molecular weight? Means for hydrogen will get 2. It is in the form of H2. So molecular, that is 0.6. So the carbon 0.3, hydrogen 0.6 means we can write the empirical formula CH2. Okay. Okay, see the eighth problem in it. So 0.078 grams of hydrocarbon occupies only 22.4 milliliter volume at STP. we have to find the molecular formula. So the empirical formula is given CH. So we know the relation between empirical formula and molecular formula. So the molecular formula is equal to empirical formula taken N. So here we can write molecular formula equal to CH taken N. So we have to find the N. So N equal to, we do again the formula molecular weight by empirical formula weight. So we don't know the molecular weight exactly. So we have to find the molecular weight. So the information is given for molecular weight is the volume of the compound occupied by that compound at STP. So at STP it is given, so 22.4 milliliter occupies, 22.4 liter 22.4 liter weighs how much? 0.078 grams. So here we know that the molecular weight at STP, what is the molecular weight? Means the weight of 22.4 liters, the weight of 22.4 liters of the gas is called its molecular weight. It's given in terms of milliliter, means 22,400 milliliter volume of the gas. How much mass? That is equal to its molecular weight. So here, so therefore 22,400 milliliter of the compound weighs how much? Actually, so that will be treated as its molecular weight. 0.4. Simple on this calculation, we will get exactly 78. This we will get the 1000 and get 78. So substitute, say it is equation 2. So substitute in equation 2. So after this you have to write so find the equation 2. Equation 2 implies here n equal, what is the molecular weight? You got the molecular weight 78. And what is the empirical formula weight? Empirical formula weight means 1 carbon, 1 hydrogen is so now substitute in equation 1 to get the molecular formula. Here 1 implies, therefore molecular formula equal to, CH all taken 6. So therefore molecular formula of the compound is C6H6. Okay, see the next problem. So here it is given empirical formula of the compound is CH2. The mass of 1 liter of that compound, the mass of 1 liter of that organic compound exactly equal to that of 1 liter of nitrogen. Means the mass of 1 liter of the mass of 1 liter of that compound is exactly equal to the mass of 1 liter of nitrogen. So here same empirical formula is given. We have to find the molecular formula. What is the relation between molecular formula is equal to empirical formula taken N. Empirical formula is given as CH2 taken N. Say equation 1. Next. So how to calculate the M? So molecular weight by empirical formula weight. So take it as equation 2. So I have to find the molecular weight. So for molecular weight, here the clue is given the mass of 1 liter of compound. In the last problem, the clue was given the mass of 22.4 milliliter of the compound. Same here, the calculation of molecular weight is taken by getting the information from the mass of 1 liter of that compound equal to exactly equal to that of 1 liter. So mean 1 liter of nitrogen volume equal to 1 liter of that compound. So we know that 22.4 liter of that nitrogen having how much? Equal to its molecular weight, means 22.4 liter of Nitrogen having how much weight? 28 grams. In the same way, 22.4 liter of that compound is also having how much mass? 28 grams. Means nothing but here indirectly given its molecular weight is 28. Okay. So here, so given that, given is 1 liter of compound. 1 liter of organic compound mass equal to exactly 1 liter of 1 liter of nitrogen mass. 1 liter of compound mass equal 1 liter of nitrogen mass. So to know to calculate the molecular weight, we have to know the mass of 22.4 liter mass equal to nothing but 22.4 liter of nitrogen mass, which is equal to 28 grams. Means therefore we can write the molecular weight of the compound is 28. Actually, so if you know the exact information, if you are able to understand the problem correctly, you can write the directly, because 1 liter of compound equals 1 liter of nitrogen. So automatically 22.4 liter of the compound equals 22.4 liter of nitrogen, which is exactly equal to 28 grams. Means so indirectly it is given, therefore the molecular weight of compound is 28. So substitute that in equation 2. So the n equal to molecular weight by empirical formula weight. What is empirical formula? This is 12 plus 2. So 14, then equals 2. Now substitute that in equation 1. So in equation 1, what is the molecular formula? Empirical formula, taken n, you got the n equal to, that is C2H4. So the molecular formula of the compound is C2H4. Okay, see the 10th problem is, so the empirical formula of a compound is given CH2. So it has a density 1.25 grams per liter. So we have to find the molecular formula. So here same, this 10th, the last two problems are also same. Empirical formula is given. We have to find the molecular formula. But means with the help of molecular formula equals empirical formula taken n, we use the relation. But to calculate the n value, we must know about the molecular weight of that compound. So to know that molecular weight of the compound, the information provided in the problem is different. In the first problem, I think in the 7th or 8th problem, it is given the mass of 22.4 milliliter of the compound. We calculated molecular weight with the help of 22.4 milliliter is given. We calculated it for 22,400 milliliter. In the last problem, it is given the molecular weight is 1 liter of the compound having the weight exactly equal to the 1 liter of nitrogen. Indirectly it is given its molecular weight is 28. In this problem, the molecular weight is given with the help of density. So we follow the same procedure. The molecular formula is equals, so the relation empirical formula. So taken n. What is the empirical formula given in the problem? CH2 taken n. So again, how to calculate the n? So the n value, we know that's molecular weight by empirical formula weight. Let's take it as equation 2. So up to here the same procedure. Then how to calculate the molecular weight is different. Here the density is given. Here the clue is density is how much? 1.25 grams per liter. 1.25 grams per liter. So it is sometimes it is given grams per milliliter. Here it is given grams per liter. So it implies that mass of 1 liter of that compound, mass of 1 liter equal to 1.25 grams. So automatically if you know the molecular weight is nothing but the mass of 22.4 liters. If you know the mass of 22.4 liters, that is equal to molecular mass. So therefore, what is the mass for 22.4 liters? It is 1.25. Here on this calculation we will get 28. So therefore, molecular weight equal 28, because 22.4 liters compound mass is always equal to its molecular weight. It's a basic formula in the mole concept. So now substitute in equation 2. Then value will get 28 molecular weight by empirical formula weight, 1 carbon, 2 hydrogens, that is value 2. So next substitute in equation 1, same, the molecular formula is equal to CH2 taken N, so the N value we got that is the molecular formula is C2H4. So main in these three problems, this continuous three problems is mainly relation between the molecular formula and empirical formula, and how to calculate the molecular weight of the compound with the help of the given information. Okay. So here again the problem is to calculate the molecular weight with the help of given information. So information is given is 0.2 grams of the organic substance displays 56 milliliter of air. So it indicates that 56 milliliter is occupied by 0.2 gram of the compound. So we have to know the mass of 22,400 milliliters. So with the help of given information we can write 56 milliliter of compound or substance, 56 milliliter of compound mass equal to nothing but 0.2 grams. So we have to know, to calculate the molecular weight, we have to follow the STP condition, that is 22,400 milliliter of the compounds mass equal how much, which is directly treated as molecular weight. Okay, on this calculation, so exactly we will get 400. So molecular weight is 80. Molecular weight of the compound is 80. The question number 14. So it is somewhat different compared to the earlier problems. So the 0.5 grams of an organic compound so liberate 112 milliliter of nitrogen. So here it is not given hydrocarbon. So it is an organic compound. So what is the difference between the simple hydrocarbon and organic compound? Means hydrocarbons are also organic compounds, but if they contain only carbon element, the element carbon and hydrogen, then they are treated as only hydrocarbons. So in the many compounds it also observed not only carbon and hydrogen. With carbon and hydrogen there is some other elements are also there, just like nitrogen, oxygen, sulfur. So mainly these elements are present in the combination of carbon and hydrogen. So separately they are treated as organic compounds. Mean hydrocarbons are also comes under organic compounds. Okay. So we have to mean that organic compound is having some amount of nitrogen. We have to find the percentage of that nitrogen in the compound. So the information is given in terms of milliliters. Okay. And mass. So 0.5 grams of compound liberates 112 milliliter of nitrogen. So to calculate the percentage of the compound, to calculate the percentage of nitrogen in the compound, we must know the amount of the nitrogen. The total amount of the compound is given 0.5 grams. If you want to get the percentage, the total amount, we know that we have to know the amount of nitrogen. So amount of nitrogen is given in terms of milliliters. Okay. So how much nitrogen liberated? 112 milliliter of nitrogen liberated. So we know that 22,400 milliliter of nitrogen weight how much? nitrogen mass equal at STP below the 22,400 milliliters equal to its molecular weight 28 grams. Then what about 112 milliliter of nitrogen's mass? Okay, so there is a 28. So overall calculation we will get. So here we got how much we will get. It is 28. We can write into. Okay. It's 40 by 100 and we can write a 0.14 gram. So in the compound, so in the 0.5 grams of organic compound, how much nitrogen is present? 0.14 gram is present. So take it as a step 1. Now take it the next thing in step 2. So the percentage of nitrogen is equal to mass of nitrogen by total mass of the compound into 100. What is the mass of the nitrogen? 0.14. And what is the mass of given organic compound? 0.5 into 100. Okay, so on this calculation we will get exactly 28% of nitrogen is present in that organic compound. Very important model. So actually there is one very few number of problems are there like this. So first we understood the problem. So 9 milliliter of a mixture of methane and ethene was exploded with 30 milliliter of oxygen. I mean nothing but here the oxidation of methane and oxidation of ethene takes place. After cooling the volume was only 21 milliliter. So further treatment with caustic potash. Already we know in the last worksheet the caustic potash is nothing but potassium hydroxide which absorbs carbon dioxide. So again the volume is reduced to 7 milliliter. So here the volume is reduced from 21 milliliter to 7 milliliter. Okay, not the reduced volume is not 7 milliliter. Here it is given. I have to understand the clear to the sentence. The volume is reduced from 21 milliliter to 7 milliliter. So the amount of methane and C2H4 in the mixture is how much? So first we write the reactions for each molecules. So methane reaction with carbon dioxide. We know that any hydrocarbons combustion gives carbon dioxide and water. So balance. So 4 oxygens, 4 oxygens. Again, what about the C2H4? Ethene. It is also known as ethylene or ethene. Oxygen. Any hydrocarbon gives carbon dioxide and water. Only these two compounds. Two carbons. The 4 hydrogens. Make it 4 hydrogens. The total oxygens become 2 to 4, 5, 6. So here they compared the number of moles. Here the information is given about the carbon dioxide. Okay, so the potash absorbs only CO2. So we are comparing this compound and the carbon dioxide. Here 1 mole of carbon releases 1 mole of carbon dioxide. But here 1 mole of ethene releases 2 moles of carbon dioxide. We have to consider these two things in the further problem. Okay. Okay, next see. So just we are doing the exact calculation. Take the volume of methane. Take the volume of methane equal to X milliliter. Then automatically, what will be the volume of ethene? The total volume is given as 9 milliliters. The mixture volume is 9 milliliters. So in the mixture we are taking X milliliter of methane. So now it is equal to 9 minus X milliliter. 9 minus X milliliter of ethene. So here the volume absorbed. So volume absorbed by KOH is equal to how much? Means so just after cooling, what is the volume of the gas is just 21 milliliter. Okay, 21 milliliter low. When it is passed into potash solution, that's called caustic potash KOH, the volume is changed to 7 milliliter. Means whatever the gas absorbed, whatever the gas is absorbed is, we know that CO2. Means how much CO2 is formed in this mixture reaction is, means the volume absorbed by KOH is 21 minus that is 17. Means only 14 milliliter of the gas is absorbed. So here we can say, so therefore the volume of the carbon dioxide formed, is equal, we can write 14 milliliters. Okay, because potash absorbs only carbon dioxide. So again here we can write a important step. So how much milliliter of methane we took? X milliliter. So all the reaction that takes place only at a particular temperature and pressure conditions. We know that according to Gallo-Zorc's law, at a given temperature and pressure, or at a constant temperature and pressure, if the volumes are equal, the number of moles are also equal. Mean here we can consider the milliliters in terms of moles. Okay, the reaction, we know that the first, the methane combustion, 1 mole of methane gives how many moles of carbon dioxide? 1 mole. Okay, means how much carbon dioxide will release from methane? X milliliter of carbon dioxide will release. Next, with the help of the second reaction, the combustion of ethene, that is the combustion of C2H4, we observe that 1 mole of ethene produces 2 moles of CO2. Means here 9 minus X moles produces 2 into 9 minus X moles of oxygen. So with the help of reaction, so according to reaction we can write the 1 mole of methane produce 1 mole of CO2. So obviously here we took as X. So to the milliliter I am taking as X moles. Okay, X moles of methane produces X moles of CO2. Next, again we can write, but we have to see the reaction. The 1 mole of C2H4 produces 2 moles of carbon dioxide. If you see the reaction, we can understand. So here how many moles are there? 9 minus X moles of C2H4 can produce how much? That is 2 into 9 minus X moles of CO2. Means the moles, just we are taking milliliters to the milliliter, we are directly taking as moles with the help of Avogadro's law. Okay, so here X moles of CO2 is released. Here 2 into 9 minus X moles of CO2 is released. So with the given information, we got that volume of CO2 formed is 14 milliliters. Means we can write a step here. So that is so therefore X plus 2 into 9 minus X equal to 14. So here X equals, we will get 4 milliliters. 4 moles are 4 milliliters. So therefore, volume of methane is 4 moles, nothing but volume is given about 4 milliliters, and volume of ethene, actually this is called ethene or ethylene, is 9 minus X, that is 5 milliliter. Means what is the composition? Methane 4 milliliters, ethene 5 milliliters. So as well, there is a different, there is 2-3 methods are there to do these problems, this type of problems, but it is the best model I observed. Seventeen problems in our worksheet. So that is 500 milliliter of a hydrocarbon, means the compound contains only carbon and hydrogen, is burned in excess of oxygen, means it is the combustion of a hydrocarbon. So given 250 milliliter of carbon dioxide and 3000 milliliter of water vapors, we have to find the hydrocarbon. So we know that the general formula for hydrocarbons combustion is CXHY X plus Y by 4 oxygen. So releases X moles of CO2 and Y by 2 moles of H2O. So here see the 1 mole of hydrocarbon giving X plus Y by 4 moles of oxygen reacting giving X moles of carbon dioxide and Y moles of H2O. Now here we compare this 500 milliliter of this compound. It is given excess, no need about this. It is given 250 milliliter of carbon dioxide. And what is the water? So it is given 3000 milliliters of water. 3000 milliliter of water vapors. Means we have to compare. We can compare everything with the help of 1 mole only. Here 1 mole. This is X moles. Means this is 1 into X. It is 1 into Y by 2. So make it as 1 milliliter or mole. So dividing it 1. So at 500 we will get 1. Next here 250. Again divide with 500. So here we will get how much? So here 250. I think it's given 2500. Not 250. 2500 is given. There is a 5. So here we get 6 moles. So compare all these 3 numbers. Here milliliters I am taking as the moles because the reaction took place. All the conditions are at the same conditions. Means the reactants and the products are at the same conditions are observed. Here 1 means here it is 5x. 1 means here x equal to 5. Here one organic compound, one hydrocarbon produces X CO2s. X CO2s means here how many CO2s are released? 5 CO2s are there released. So therefore the number of carbons equal, we can write 5. Then what about comparing with H2Os? Here one releases 1 mole of hydrocarbon releases Y by 2 moles of H2Os. Y by 2 moles of H2Os. So it is hydrocarbon, but whatever the hydrogen is present in the hydrocarbon is present in the H2 in the form of H2O. We don't take the care of oxygens because it's taken in excess amount, and in the hydrocarbon there is no oxygen is present. Means we are comparing this CO2 and hydrocarbon to get the number of carbons, and we are comparing this H2Os with hydrocarbon to know the H2Os. Here 1 mole of hydrocarbon releases Y by 2 moles of H2. Y by 2 moles of H2 and Y by 2 moles of O, but we don't take care of oxygen. Here 1 mole of hydrocarbon gives Y by 2 moles of H2. So here 1 mole is given 6 moles. 6 moles means there is a 6 into 6 Y by 2 H2Os. Means here we can write in the place of simply y by 2 is equal to 6. Okay, in the place of y by 2 there is a 6 is there, and what about y? So y is equal to 12. So therefore the molecular formula of the compound we can write okay, C5H12. So it is nothing but pentane. Twentieth problem. So insulin contain insulin. So we know it is present in our blood. So insulin contain 3.4 percentage of sulfur. Then what is the minimum molecular weight of insulin? So there is no need of to know the formula of insulin. Here it is given 3.4 percentage of sulfur. Means we know that sulfur 3.4 percentage of sulfur. If you take the 100 grams, that is a 3.4 percentage. 3.4 percentage is approximately equal to 32 grams. Then what about 100%? Means just 32 grams is equal to 3.4 percentage. Then what about for 100% we can calculate, it's nothing but a general calculation, okay. Okay, this is the approximate molecular weight of insulin, okay. Means it indicates that the insulin, we must know that insulin having 1 sulfur, 1 mole of insulin having 1 mole of sulfur. That's why directly we written 3.4 percentage is equal to 32 grams. If 2 sulfurs are there, we can write that is 64. But we must know this insulin, 1 molecule of insulin is having 1 sulfur atom.